and constant learning. These are two qualities. Can we take from this one?
Hi sir, my name is Samanvita. I think that one advantage you have compared to all the other political leaders is you can convey your social views through your films. My question is, will we see any of your films which you use to convey your political ideology?
Because I personally feel, film should give you a lot of entertainment, laced with human values. Politics is entirely different. In cinema, you cannot solve issues. Maybe in an entertaining manner, you can start an issue and finish it in 2.5 hours. But in reality, it takes decades even to address a small issue. That's why I prefer to keep politics away from cinema. I prefer cinema should be meant to just more for entertainment and to have a good time. That's what I believe in cinema, not for politics.
Next question.
Hello sir, I'm Ravi and my Hyderabad. First of all, congrats in IEVF award achinanduku. Congrats sir. And it's my dream come true sir. Mimmalni chudam chinnappa nunchi na kala. And na question vachesi చాలా మంది పొలిటీషియన్స్ ఈ పార్టీ నుంచి ఆ పార్టీకి, ఆ పార్టీ నుంచి ఈ పార్టీకి జంప్ అవుతుంటారు. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక పొలిటీషియన్ ఉన్నారు, ఒక ఏరియా, ఒక కాన్స్టిట్యుయెన్సీకి స్ట్రాంగ్ పొలిటీషియన్ అండ్ ఇంతవరకు అతనికి డిఫిట్ లేదు ఆ కాన్స్టిట్యుయెన్సీలో. అండ్ బిఫోర్ ఎలక్షన్స్ ఆయన జనసేనలోకి జంప్ అవ్వాలి అనుకుంటున్నారు. బట్ హీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ గుడ్ థింగ్స్ హీ హాస్ డన్, అంతా మాఫియా స్కామ్ అంతా జరుగుతుంది. ఇఫ్ హీఈస్ లైకింగ్ టు కమ్ టు జనసేన, విల్ యూ యాక్సెప్ట్ హిమ్?
సమాధానం చెప్పండి, కొంచెం కంఫర్టబుల్ కూర్చొని చెప్పండి, ముంచనే 100% no. But with a little amendment. ఎందుకంటే there's no clean society. Good and bad. A combination of different value systems, good and bad. వాళ్ళందరినీ ఒక పని చేశారని చెప్పేసి వాళ్ళందరినీ ఒక తాటిపైన కట్టేట్టు టు confine them to in a certain way. I'm not comfortable to do it, but at the same time I take a lot of caution whom to invite and whom to take. Even a lot of people keep coming and who keep hopping from one political party to another political party. What I would do is I try to discourage in the first place. I'll make sure that I believe in this kind of ideals and this ideology. I believe this is what path I have chosen. And by walking the talk, I think that kind of people, I don't think they would try to come in the first place. Even if they come, I'll make sure why they had done what they had done before. Depending on that, if I find it is really sensible and there is a proper reason behind it, maybe that kind of people, maybe I'll think about it. Otherwise, mere for power gain, people shift from political party to political party. I think definitely I discourage that kind of individuals. Thank you.
Hello sir. My name is Nikhil. I understand that you're a keen farmer, and just wanted to ask you a question about farmers and their suicides is still an ongoing issue in the country, especially in both Telugu states. Do you feel like the systematic failure of the previous governments is something you can reverse? And if so, how? Is there something fundamentally
You're talking about our farmer suicides, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You have to understand, if I want to be an actor, always my passion was not to become not earn money or something. I want to be a gardener at the most, a little graduated to become a farmer. So I have a deep respect and deep passion for farming and a lot of reverence for nature. So that's what makes me really to understand the pain and agony of our farmers. But there are a lot of issues are there to address because in one, really a lot of research has to be done why they're dying. And so when you keep each individual case, and it should be slotted in different ways. And then you could garden katena. Each farmer suicide in one, depending on which part of the states we're talking about. Kontamandemo, for example, rice and paddy. In Rayalaseema, you're not supposed to grow paddy. But if you try to cultivate rice there, it needs a lot of water. Rayalaseema is being a dry area. It should go for some kind of millet kind of crops. But if you go a kind of rice or something which needs more water, eventually they can't do it. And they invest a lot trying to provide a lot of water in the process. They lose a lot of money. They try to raise a lot of loans which they could not get back the returns. And eventually that really diminishes their hope, and that makes them hopeless. That creates a lot of hopelessness in their life, and eventually that makes them to commit suicide. There is one kind of case, and sometimes even for family's sake, because they take loans and they try to use it for their typical the Indian class system. We compete with rich who can afford certain way of life, certain way of celebration. Though I don't have money, still I try to compete with them and try to money which is meant to use it for some purpose, and they divert it for certain things. And these are one case. But in general, on the whole, there is a lot of pain, and a lot of advice and insight should be given through the agricultural ministry, which is lacking. I feel farmer suicide majorly state governments should really look into it, and they have to make individual case studies depending on the area, and you cannot completely like andani okate pen katela. So they have to do an individual manner of research they have to do, and that's how it should be addressed. And also a lot of advice should be given. One major issue is also about pesticides, and pesticides are too expensive, and the most painful thing you can do look at these people. They take thousands of crores loan from the banks and government, and when they don't pay the loans, they're not being punished. But when it comes to a farmer who had taken 70,000 rupees or a 1 lakh loan, when they're not being paid, and really bank really creates a government's really they won't give next loan if they don't repay it. So they don't apply the same justice what they applied for the people who take thousands of crores and who does not pay, and government forgives them, government understands them, government squashes what they have to pay, but they won't apply the same justice or same kind of the way they support them. They won't support the farmers, and that gives them a lot of painful, that makes them hopelessness. And this is what I believe in. Farmers should be understood, because what I am doing is to understand the farmers. Instead of reading the newspapers or meeting different people, I would like to personally visit a considerable amount of constituencies which has where people, a lot of farmers got committed suicide. I would like to go and meet their families, and I'll see what I would like to understand at a first hand. So then I would like to find out a right policy, how to address, how to bring them hope, and how to address their woes, what makes them give hope and not to